Hello, my name is Royson.
Hello Royson, my name is Vimalan.
Well, let us start then. Our topic for today is water pollution. Before we start, Vimalan, I would like to ask, do you know what water pollution is?
Well Royson, in my opinion, water pollution is the release of substances into bodies of water that makes water unsafe for human use and disturbs aquatic ecosystems. Google also states that water pollution is one of the common issues that has been happening everywhere. Do you agree with me, Royson?
Yes. According to a research I did, Wikipedia states that water pollution is the addition of substances of or energy forms that directly or indirectly alter the nature of the water body in such a manner that it negatively affects its legitimate uses.
Royson, I would like to ask you, from your research, did you learn anything?
Well, Vimalan, from researching about water pollution, I've learned that it is our responsibility to protect our environment. According to an article by Active Sustainability, it is known that humans are the main cause of water pollution. I believe, as being one of the main causes of water pollution, it is our responsibility to correct our mistakes and try to take action to solve this problem. So, Vimalan, what about you?
Well, Royson, the first thing I learned is we must think of the negative effects of water pollution before we pollute the water. There were videos of people throwing rubbish in rivers and drains without bothering.
I see, that is true too. I also learned that we should never give up. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, when I was asking people's opinions on water pollution, many said that the government was not handling it well, which I agree partially, but I do believe to combat this situation, it is necessary for everybody to take action. Many people give up on trying to combat water pollution, saying that there is nothing they can do and leave it to the government to handle it. So I would like to say, don't give up. There are many things we can do to help combat this problem. Just an example is a YouTuber by the name of Mr. Beast, who is holding a fundraiser right now called Team Seas to raise money to combat water pollution and littering.
Yes, you are right. We must also be always aware of the danger caused by water pollution. Example of dangers we must face are if we drink polluted water, it can lead us to health problems. For example, cholera and polio. Am I right, Royson?
Yes, it can also cause diarrhea and dysentery too.
Thank you, Royson. Okay, let me continue with my next point. We must also always respect water as a god. Old people also said that if we didn't respect water, then one day we will suffer without water. There were also videos uploaded in YouTube on how people were suffering without water. How about you, Royson? Did you find anything in social media about water pollution?
Well, Vimalan, as I was researching, there were many images showcasing how water pollution affects our life as well as aquatic life. Looking at these images of nature ruined and the sea being so dirty genuinely brought a tear to my eye. This also brought a realization that lives are very fragile, yet precious, and that it should be cherished. I learned the importance of life from looking at these images. Okay, I would like to ask you, Vimalan, do you have any recommendations to combat water pollution?
From a book I read, it states that we must avoid using pesticides. Nowadays, farmers are using pesticides to kill the insects. When it rains, the chemicals in the pesticides will be washed away to the water nearby. So farmers must find a natural way on how to kill the insects. I would like to recommend water conservation too. Water conservation is a way to reduce water shortage, which is an effect of water pollution. But in my opinion, water conservation is not surefire way to combat water pollution. Instead, it is a temporary measure to control it. What about you, Royson? Any idea on how to avoid water pollution?
Well, Vimalan, I would like to recommend wastewater treatment. Likely the most effective way to reduce water pollution is by treating some of the water before it's reintroduced into the waterways. This is a highly effective solution because wastewater treatment facilities can remove nearly all pollutants in wastewater via a chemical, physical, or biological process. Sewage will be taken through several chambers of the facility to slowly reduce its toxicity levels. I also recommend plastic water reduction. Plastics are commonly washed into the ocean and other bodies of water, which only serves to degrade the quality of the water. It's believed that around 9 to 12 million tons of plastic reach the ocean every year. which is a number that needs to be reduced substantially to make sure that the quality of ocean water doesn't worsen even more.
Yes, agree with you, Roisan. We must also avoid direct dumping into water systems. I had saw that factories release toxic waste into water systems without treating them. There were also people who throw rubbish into rivers and drains. This will make the water flowing to become worse. Any other suggestions, Roisan?
Well, Vimalan, my last recommendation is stormwater management. Another effective solution for protecting the environment and reducing the amount of water pollution is to manage stormwater when possible. When stormwater flows along sidewalks, streets, and lawns, it picks up harmful pollutants that are then pushed into storm drains, streams, and rivers. Stormwater can be treated and managed through a variety of different processes, which include everything from sand filtration and electrocoagulation to reverse osmosis and advanced oxidation. Well, I think this is the right time to conclude this topic.
Yes, let's jump to the conclusion. I would like to conclude that water is an important source in the world because living organisms can't live without water. So we must be responsible to take care of the water so that it can last long. We can live without food for 2 weeks, but we cannot live for 2 days without water.
Well, to conclude this topic, I would like to quote what W.H. Auden said. Thousands have lived without love, not one without water. Water is something that we all need in life, yet we don't tend to realize the importance of it since it's totally integrated into our lives, just like air. So my hope is that people start to become aware of this problem and start to take action. Thank you.
Thank you.